remember that Kyle Lowry hit that
Oh, he's acknowledged the
long
half-court
shot to go to overtime, and we won.
Miami actually, if you didn't know, the Raptors won the series. Miami actually won the game where Kyle Lowry hit that half-court shot. Like, Miami won in overtime. Okay, next thing on the list. We're going to go through a lot of Raptors Media Day interviews, breaking down what we saw from those interviews. Because this one's interesting. Because obviously, Goran Dragic had a bit of controversy in the offseason. So I'd like to see kind of what they said to him about all of that. First of all, he's in a jersey. Second of all, actually, I just took in, he is wearing number 1. He's wearing number 1. So we were wondering if he would be wearing the number 7, because that was his number in Miami. Kyle Lowry went to Miami, and Goran Dragic let him wear number 7, but he is wearing number 1, so I'm wondering what's going to happen with that situation, actually.
Thank you for joining, Goran, and welcome to Toronto.
Thank you.
We'll get started with questions.
Goran, it's Michael Grange from Sportsnet. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm good, thank you.
Stop being awkward,
what do you
Michael.
think you
Ooh, I didn't mean to pause
bring to this group in the time that you've been here? What have you observed, and where do you fit in?
Yeah, you know, I've been here for 2 weeks. Of course, I was practicing. I met the coaches, the players, and it's a young group of guys. So
You're the old man.
What I can bring, you know, I'm a vet. It's my 14 years in the league, so experience and try to teach those young kids, give them some support, and basically same thing that Steve Nash did for me when I was in Phoenix. So
Ooh, Steve Nash,
you know,
name
I
drop.
love playing basketball. I'm here for those guys, and you know, if they're gonna
It's
need
good.
me,
He understands his role.
Give them some, you know.
I don't know if that's confirmation for retiring Kyle's number. Well, we are. Like, I'll confirm it. I wouldn't assume it's out of respect. I'm gonna assume it's out of respect. I also did notice the shiny Nike logo, and I like that. I like that.
Experience what to do.
Or like
before
the
game, after the
holographic
game,
or whatever you
during
call it,
game,
the
and,
shiny.
just to be available for them.
And that's a good answer. So he understands his role. You know, he doesn't want to be here necessarily. He's rather be with a contender. That's fair. He understands that he's here for the young guys right now. He's not necessarily here for himself. So it's nice for him to acknowledge that,
Hey, Goran.
like, initially.
Stephen Lung from Sportsnet. It's good to meet you.
Same thing.
What did you know about this Raptors organization before? And I know you haven't been here long, but like, what have you now since found out about the organization?
You know, I've been here, like I said, 2 weeks, and I was practicing and get to know the people in organization, the coaches, the training staff, and everything. And one thing that I noticed is it's a hard-working group. You know, they establish the culture.
Yes, sir.
And
The
it's
culture's always been
something
set
I
like
was a
that.
part
You
of
got to outwork
before,
your opposition when you're
and
not
I
as
really,
talented.
You know, cherish that, and I see that, you know, they're working hard to develop young players, and they always play hard, and that's why they won a championship. And because of that,
Good acknowledge
every
the
player
championship.
wants
He's
to
saying
do
the right
that.
things.
And you know, I'm happy to be here, and I can be part of that, and
Good.
you know, give everything what I got. So
Wants to be here. He knows. It's definitely on his mind what he said in that Slovenian interview.
Goran, welcome to
Jack.
Toronto.
thank you.
What was the process in selecting your jersey number? There was a pretty popular guy who had the number 7 before, so what was your process in?
Oh, nothing. Me and Kyle, we are good friends.
Okay, this is
So
what I want to
play
hear.
with him in Houston, so we talk a lot. He knows my family, I know his family, so it was nothing. You know, he asked me for the number. I said, yeah, no problem. You my guy. You know, he won
My
the
guy. There we
championship
go.
and everything, so he deserved it. So I'm happy that you know.
One
he
is
can
too
wear number
similar to
in
7.
Miami, and,
He can't wear it.
That's it. So.
All right, so basically gave Kyle Lowry his blessing number
Goran,
7 in
hi.
Miami. That's great.
Steve Simmons, Toronto Sun.
Hi, Steve.
You were part of a pretty close playoff series between Miami and Toronto not that long ago in this building. What was it like coming here as a player to play in this atmosphere?
You know, it was tough. It was tough because Toronto has a great.
That was the
great
series
fans,
where Kyle Lowry
great
hit that
fans,
ridiculous half-court
always
shot.
a good team, and I remember that was 2016, if I'm not mistaken. We play you guys in the close series. I remember that Kyle Lowry hit that
Oh, he's acknowledged the
long
half-court shot.
to go to overtime, and we won.
Miami actually, if you didn't know, the Raptors won the series. Miami actually won the game where Kyle Lowry hit that half-court shot. Like, Miami won in overtime.
Game, but then kind of lost the series, and
Yes, you
it's
did.
always tough to play here. You know, they always play tough. The fans are awesome, and it's. I always have
You
that
can definitely
memory that
feel the
every
damage
time when you play
control
Toronto,
Goran's
it's
trying
gonna
to
be a long,
omit
long night, so.
from, like, we're definitely still in the phase of him saying
Hey, Goran.
the
Aaron
stuff that
Rose from
pissed off Raptors fans
Business.com.
like myself.
Is there any
Definitely coming
conversation
back.
about you wearing number 7, and why did you choose number 1?
No, not really though. You know, I've been in this league for quite a while, and I know that you know, Kyle, he bring a championship ring to this organization. So I
Yes,
do
sir.
believe that probably his jersey is gonna be in
That's
the
my ring, by the way.
rafters, and that's why I choose number 1. I already have number 1 in the past when I was with the Phoenix Suns,
Okay.
and I had
There you
a
go.
pretty
Respects the
decent
growth.
season.
We're all on the same page. He wants to be here. He's here for the young guys. He won't wear number 7 because he knows that's Kyle's number. He's going to be up in the Raptors one day. I don't know if he's gotten like a PR team or he's got his team of people telling him what to say here. He is definitely recovering very well from the controversy that surrounded him about a month ago now.
Season that year, and that's why I choose number 1. So.
Hey, Goran. Ian Harrison with AP. What are Raptors fans
With
gonna
who?
learn and like about Precious? Do you know from him?
About Precious,
Yeah.
I think so. Only good things.
Good question.
You know, I played with Precious last year, of course.
Look, and if he wants to get traded at the deadline, then it's not just up to us. It's also up to him to not decrease his value. Look at the Ben Simmons situation. Ben Simmons coming out and saying all of these negative things about the organization, saying he doesn't want to be there anymore. That just completely strips away Philly's leverage to negotiate a trade, which is going to make it harder for Philly to trade him because they're not going to get as good of a return as they want to. So if Goran Dragic wants to get traded, he's got Masai Ujiri, who is never going to get fleeced, trying to make a trade. Masai Ujiri is going to scrape every little bit he can out of this trade. So acting professional like this, acting in a professional manner, playing well, and stating that you want to be here is only going to increase the leverage the Raptors have in said negotiations. Having that extra leverage is going to help expedite a trade because the Raptors are going to be more willing to make the trade if all of that is in play. So Goran is doing everything he needs to do. If he wants to get traded, he is doing everything that he needs to do, and he understands the situation. A lot more self-aware of the situation recently. So, and we're noticing
He was
it
a
with the
rookie,
interview.
and I already seen a lot of growth in him.
Unless your value's already low, but
yeah,
you
he's
can always
gonna
make it
build a
lower.
lot
You can
of,
always make it higher.
High energy. Who's the guy who's gonna run the floor, play defense, block shots? You know, he's great on the open court. He got length, so we
Yeah,
can
we love
expect
length.
some awesome plays, especially
Pause.
alley-oops. And yeah, maybe he gonna surprise a lot of people too. He can shoot the ball too.
He ain't gonna surprise me,
basically,
Goran.
it's
I've been
only the
preaching this.
second,
He shot very well in his last season at the University of
But
Memphis.
I already seen him grow a lot.
He knows
and
how to shoot.
expecting
He's gonna
him
show it with the
be-
Raptors. They want
you
to
mentioned
marry
learning
World get
from
fleeced.
Steve
Exactly.
Nash when
Yeah.
you were younger. What did you learn from him that you're hoping to bring here in terms of leadership?
You know, just in general, how to be professional on the court, off the court.
Good.
At that time, I still
Can be-
didn't
he
understand
can do better with
you
that.
know, how to take care of yourself, body, and eat healthy and those stuff. And of course, on the floor, to be vocal, to talk to the guys. Even if it's a bad play or something, to encourage the guys to, you know,
Cool
to step
European accent in English.
when it's the
His English is
hardest
good.
moment of the season of the game. To
He
step
has been in the NBA
forward
for
and to
14
be
years, but
vocal
his
and,
English is good.
You know, to show them that it's just basketball, that everybody can do everything. So, but yeah, the most important thing just to be
Oh,
example.
2
for
more
these
minutes. We
young
can make it
guys
through
and
this.
To be a leader.
Hey, Goran, Vivek, Raptors.com again, here in the back. You've mentioned that this is a young team, but there's also
Come on, how you gonna do
experienced guys
Vivek like that?
Pascal
Give
and
him a
Fred.
shot without
Have you had any
Bloomberg in front of
interactions
him.
with them yet? And just overall, how good do you think this team can be?
Yeah, we already practiced together. We already play some pickup games. I see Pascal every morning on the practice. He come in, he do his work. and can't wait to have him back.
Yep.
The most
Look at,
important thing.
he had to be
healthy.
coached. He is doing so well with his answers.
Came in and we
He's
played
saying
together.
everything Raptors fans
Pick up
want to
game
hear right now.
5-on-5, and we had a good time. Of course, we need to work on small details as a chemistry and everything, but that's gonna come. That's why it's training camp and preseason games. OG, I mean, I know OG well. Usually when we play you guys, he would defending me, so it was.
Oh, really? That must not have been fun to have OG defend a point guard. The
those
length.
are all guys who won a championship rings, so they already know what it takes to to be a championship, what it takes to get to the finals and to win the finals. So I'm happy to be here and just try to be here for them and play hard. I think so. That's the most important thing to give everything what I got. Yeah, it's a young team, but I think so. It's a good mix of experienced players and a young team who gonna play hard.
Right. Because even though it's a young team, he keeps saying that there are guys here who have been in the biggest moments on the biggest stage and won an NBA championship. Key contributors like Fred and Pascal to that championship as well.
Hey, Goran, Josh Lewinberg, TSN. Welcome to Toronto.
Thank you.
You mentioned you've been here for a couple weeks now. You've spent some time with a lot of the younger guys. Is there anyone in particular that's really stood out and impressed you either on the court or off the court?
Scottie. Scottie. I mean,
there you go.
he's
All the good
hilarious.
things.
He's so funny. Good kid. Works hard.
There was that Instagram live Scottie Barnes did, and Goran Dragić was there. It was a weird mix of players. It was Scottie. It was Freddie Gillespie. It seems like Freddie Gillespie and Scottie Barnes are getting along really well. Sam Decker was there, and Goran Dragić was there as well. Like the old man, just like the dad taking his kids out on a night in Toronto
you're
or
gonna
something.
see him to be first in the gym, last to go out. He got that personality that it's unique, and I really like him. So we hang out a couple of times, and yeah.
That's
got a
funny.
bright
I like
future.
that. No, I like that as well.
think
I like
so,
that as well. That he
it's funny.
he's hanging out with the young guys like that. I like that.
Thank you for joining us, Goran.
Thank you, guys.
All right, those were the interviews that I wanted to watch. They're interesting. I mean, there's a couple more if you guys care enough to watch those. But I think the takeaways, and this is probably gonna be tomorrow's video, but the takeaways that we can kind of get out of all of this is everybody on the Raptors, whether they believe it or not themselves, the two big messages are, number one, happy to be back in Toronto. They're happy to be back in Toronto, which is good. They want to be there. Everybody who's spoken has talked about how much they like Toronto and that they want to be in Toronto. You know, it's in the history of the Raptors for players to not necessarily want to be here. So it's good to have guys who want to be here. Whether or not Goran truly believes that, it's nice for him to at least say it and to acknowledge it to the media. Other players feel like they're genuinely happy to be here. The second thing is everybody is here to win. Everybody is here to be a good player. They are to be on a good team. Obviously, want to be good players. Everybody's here to win. And they all are coming in still trying to cling on to the winning mentality. Obviously, last year that drifted away, but they still have the winning mentality that they want to reinstill. So it's nice to have that culture. Obviously, you're going to say wishy-washy things to the media, but it's really good to see all of those things.